Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I'm your other host, Johann.
And we're at minute 68. This minute begins with the FedNet intro and very somber music and ends with some old lady stamping an old dude's foot.
No, is she stamping on his foot or just next to it?
I think either stamping on it or next to it. But from what I assumed or what I caught from the movie, I thought she was stamping on it, like getting him to shut up.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, we get another FedNet. And again, it's very somber, very, drown, no color. It's just, the silver FedNet logo. And then we see a dead arachnid warrior. And, it looks cool. Dead arachnid warrior. All right. What, 100,000 dead in 1 hour? Cool. Did we kill them all?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Camera pans over. And we see, oh, no, you know what? It was probably the human life was lost. That was 100,000, lost in less than an hour.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Humanity's in a crisis, guys. Actually, and the announcer does say that as well too. He says, "Crisis for humankind." It really is. Gosh. Guys, we went against the bugs, and the bugs beat our butts.
Yeah, because on the 5 minutes where we see him kill about, let's say, 5 humans on screen that we are familiar with, we only saw him kill about 4 bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 bugs total dead. So they just swarmed the humans that are invading their planet.
Yeah, and as I said in one of the last minutes as well too, from what I've been reading and what I've been understanding as well too, Rico's group made it out pretty unscathed as well too compared to everyone else.
Yeah, but considering later on their group gets absorbed into another group, that means that whoever they had for leadership was absolutely gone and probably made it pointless to try and create or fill in the gaps.
Yeah, so Willie's Wildcats is pretty much gone now.
Yeah, like maybe they're just filling in openings in other groups now at this point.
Yeah. Gosh, and then we see all the dead bodies too. Tippett Studios, man, doing a really good job on those dead bodies. Verhoeven is probably, loving this.
Yeah. This does look like the no man's land in a battlefield.
Yeah, I do like at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 11 seconds, there's a dude at the very, very top of the screen, and he's just laying. There's no bending of the arms or anything like that. He just looks like he's ready for a casket.
Oh, the one on the bottom left? Oh, no, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like he's just laying there. Like he looks like he's an extra laying down. Just like, if I don't breathe, no one will be able to see me. I don't think they just posed him or they forgot to pose him.
Yeah, I think it's just a regular mannequin because I don't even see any blood around him compared to everybody else.
There's a bit on his arm, but that's about it.
Yeah, but it could have come from the other dead bodies around him.
Maybe he's pretending.
Yeah, he thought it was bears. He's like, this works with bears.
We pan down and we see more missing, limbs, an arm out, a Marita and a boot laying on the ground, along with a couple of the bugs, carapace as well too. Tons and tons of brass. And there's this, oh gosh, you know what? I actually see a bit at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 13 seconds. They may have thought of putting the hoppers in at one point, because at that point there's a head in here that looks like it's kind of sheared off, like really, really cleanly.
At 13?
Yeah, 13. So you see the body right there with the dude, his mouth is open.
Oh, yeah, you're
right above him. Yeah, so that looks like it may be a hopper wound.
Yeah, where it's cut almost like top to bottom.
Yeah, I'm thinking because that reminds me of Underworld, where what's her face slices what's his face's head in diagonal.
Yeah, it actually does look pretty good because you can see kind of the teeth.
Yeah, there's a tongue, there's a nasal cavity, and then there's brains, just pulling out as well too. Gosh, they did such a darn good job at all this, gore.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's anything Verhoeven's going to do well, it's going to be that.
Yeah. So my question is on this part, because again, we have discussed this many times. FedNet is usually being watched by people at home. Why would they show this?
Yeah, this is pretty brutal.
This is demoralizing as hell.
Or to the right group, motivating.
Yeah, and again, so we're going to get into this later on in the next coming episodes, guys, but we're going to try to see how many soldiers and how many people the military put towards this campaign and see, like, if this was, I mean, the announcer does say crisis for humankind. I mean, does that mean that the military is almost gone now? Like, did they lose a lot?
Well, for this campaign, they lost 100,000, like, in an hour.
So far that we know of, yeah. But, I mean, it's going to be more.
I would venture a guess that hour also includes departure and arrival times.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, too. Like, I mean, people who died, like, up in the ships as well, too. The Viking that came down was lost, like, in that first hour as well, too, kind of thing.
Yeah. Obviously, they're going to be hiding a couple of the numbers, as we'll see later on. But I think the 100,000 only includes the MI.
I'm thinking so as well too. But so the announcer goes on to say that the Sky Marshal has they said that they have underestimated the Arachnid's defensive capabilities, and because of this, Sky Marshal Deans accepts responsibility for it and resigns.
Yes. At this scene, the way it was written, the introduction is the Tahat Maru is supposed to be 75 years old.
Okay.
Which obviously this actress is not.
No, she's not. Yeah, she's definitely is not 70 years old. I don't think she's even 70 years old yet either, because she was born in 1958.
Oh, well, yeah.
So she's around like, I want to say 60.
Yeah, so 1958, so she would have to be, it would be 2034 when she will actually be 75.
Yeah, well, I mean, the book does take place like in the 2000s.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about the actress herself.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's nowhere near 75. Well, she's getting close, but at the time of the movie, she was definitely not near it. But I think that's just one of the things that they decided not to go script-wise and just take their liberties with. The new actress wasn't bad. I mean, she only has a few lines, but she delivered it very well.
Definitely. Her name is Denise Dowse, and she's mostly a TV actress who has been in most TV shows like Imposters, Murder in the First, Castle, Bones a couple times.
Wait, she was in Castle?
She was in Castle. Not very big. She's George Gloria Wilcott. It's was in 2016, so I mean probably just one episode. You guys may, if you guys are young like me, or I'm sorry, a little older like me, you may know her from Rocket Power, the Nickelodeon TV show where she played Officer Shirley. I don't know if you guys are going to, because Rocket Power was kind of one of those niche cartoons on the Nickelodeon network.
Oh, okay.
But she was actually a teacher on Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh.
And a couple of, she was in her major roles though definitely is like Starship Troopers, Requiem for a Dream, Pleasantville, and Ray. So she's been in quite a bit. But as I said, mostly a TV actress nowadays, still working as well too. So good for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember her in Castle, and I love that show.
As I said, it's probably just one episode.
Yeah.
And, you really don't pitch. If she has like maybe one or two lines, you really don't remember them that much.
Probably.
Oh, she was in Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, I didn't watch Gilmore Girls.
Don't lie. You totally did. You loved What's Their Face and What's Her Face,
Yeah.
Lorelai, and I don't even know the other one's name.
I only saw the first 2 episodes and it didn't grab me.
Didn't you find it how quirky and how awesome how they talk to each other like friends instead of mother of daughter? It's
Nope.
so cute and adorable, isn't it?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, so I didn't like it that much, and there's other things I could occupy my time with at the point, so I didn't extend a trial to it.
Yeah. It seems like she's been playing mostly judges, doctors, and teachers in her acting career as well, too. Most of the time, when I'm looking on IMDb, it just says, judge, judge, judge. So, I mean, she does kind of look like a judge-ish kind of lady as well. She kind of has that, I want to say that authority in her.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm actually going to post this on the Facebook group as well, too. Actually, this is going to be the picture for the episode, but I have so there is a back in the day when our current president was still campaigning, I believe one of the comedy political shows sent someone out to a rally, and they interviewed someone saying, "Oh, what? Why do you hate President? Why do you hate current President Obama?" And he was like, "Well, he's a secret Muslim. He was against 9/11 and everything." He was like, "Well, what do you think? Where was Obama during 9/11?
Oh, yeah,
Why
I
wasn't
know.
he in
Yeah.
office?" He's like, "Well, I'd like to get behind that." Joke being that Obama was still a senator in Chicago during 9/11, and we had Bush as president at the time. The little meme that goes on with this one is pretty much the same thing. Like, "Oh, well, why do you think Tarhat Maru was behind BA?" He's like, "Well, I'd like to find out," kind of joking like Tarhat Maru was not even in office as Sky Marshal during BA.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But yeah, that's a long example of, a long explanation of why I'm going to post it, but I find it hilarious. Which is what I do to my wife constantly, and she hates it because she's like, "You keep going, Matt. You keep going. Stop it. You keep going." But Tahat Maru has more of an easier idea of what to do against the bugs. To fight the bug, we must understand the bug. And saying that, we can ill afford another Klendathu, which means to me that, she's got more of an idea of what we should do with the bugs instead of doing an all-out, shock and awe campaign, kill them in one fell swoop. Maybe we should do more clandestine and more smaller group kind of operations to, get more intelligence on the bugs and do more like surgical strikes kind of thing, which honestly they should have done.
Yeah, it seems like they thought they could just run in and go gangbusters and win it. But
pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that worked out quite as well.
No, and actually, yeah, I mean, even we get to know a little bit more about the bugs as well, too, in the next, FedNet thing as well, too. We press more because we would like to know more about, affording another Klendathu. And we get to cross people who are discussing a couple of big-brained intellectual people who don't fight none.
Yeah. God.
Was it Crossfire you said?
Yeah, I did bring up Well, no, it was Point and Counterpoint from Airplane.
Point and Counterpoint, that's right, yeah.
But the male actor that they have in this scene, oh my God, I hated him so much. But in a right way.
Yes, his name is Timothy McNeil. I thought I saw him in many other things, and yeah, you may see him in many other things as well too. He's not very well known. Again, mostly a TV actor from like Seinfeld, Star Trek Voyager. He was in an episode, Joan of Arcadia a couple times as well too. But not very much other stuff besides TV stuff, but this movie. But yeah, he definitely has that kind of pompous, like, I know what I'm talking about. Let me mansplain this to you, old lady, who is being played by Juliana McCarthy. Now, they both don't have any names in this movie. They just are called expert. So they may be experts on, bug psychology, which is kind of weird because apparently we know nothing about the bugs and their psychology except for they're dumb.
Presumably.
Presumably.
So this just makes it that Carmen is wrong somewhere.
Oh, yeah. She is.
Because remember, this was
wrong.
her opinion in the science room.
I mean, she was like, 17, 18? She knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Juliana McCarthy, again, a mostly TV actress. She was in Dark Shadows, Guns of Paradise, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So, I mean, a lot of people in this movie have hit that Star Trek thing. A lot of people, play very many things in Star Trek. I mean, heck, a couple of our favorite, wrestlers, The Rock and Big Show, were in Star Trek. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay, yeah, The Rock plays an alien wrestler, basically, in Star Trek, Voyager.
Typecasted.
Oh, it's so cool because he goes, it's like a, kind of like a gladiator thing, and he goes against Zevon of Nine, but because it's like a TV show, there's no audience. It's all like hollow projected. And he does kind of go into kayfabe a little bit with, 7 and 9. He's like, hey, you got to do this now. Oh, shoot. You know what? We got to kill each other now. I'm sorry. I got to kill you. And then the Big Show was in not the most recent, but the second most recent Star Trek series, Star Trek Enterprise, which was the prequel to the original series, where the Big Show played a Orion slaver in one of the first couple episodes.
Huh. That'd be a little bit terrifying.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Orions are like big ogre-looking dudes who have green skin. If you think of the Orions, you'll probably think about the Orion slave girls from the original series, the very, very attractive green-skinned ladies, basically. Their men are huge, burly dudes that look like the Big Show.
No, I mean, like, it's just Big Show walking up to him and going like, I own you now and I'm going to sell you. It's just like, my life was nice until now.
Yeah, you just got to say, well.
Yeah. Yeah, but Big Show, he was also in Royal Pains, which is like one of those medical movies. That one wasn't that bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, we could do a complete episode on like wrestlers who transferred over. I mean, obviously, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, has transferred over heavy into, TV and movies and whatnot. But did you guys know that one of the most famous wrestlers, Hulk Hogan, actually had a short-lived TV show called Thunder in Paradise?
Yep, I remember that. It was with a boat.
It was with a boat, and it was very bad. And I remember, binging the whole entire series with one of my old friends because he was like, "Hey, did you know about this?" I'm like, "I've heard about it, but I've never seen it." He's like, "We're gonna watch it." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, they made fun of it. Is it Simpsons?
Oh yeah,
where it was Night Boat, and it's like there's always a canal or a channel or a delta. Yeah. Like where they escape on land, it's like, luckily there's a canal right there. They're like, oh, okay, and they go through the canal. It's like every week there's always a canal, a channel, or a delta.
Oh boy. But yes, these two are talking to each other and they're, discussing things. Bugs that think? Question mark? And they're discussing, what happens? Do they think? Do they have tactics? Well, obviously. My idea when I was little, because I knew a slight bit, I was really into bugs at the time, like, insects, ants, and I knew that ants had pheromones and they would drop set pheromones to signal other ants. And my thing was like, oh yeah, of course they are like regular ants, they drop set pheromones. So as soon as those nukes hit, there was a trigger that, maybe some warrior released that pretty much put every other warrior into a frenzy. So it may not have been, a brain bug or anything like that, like we know about later on, but it was probably just like hive mentality kind of thing. But as we find out, no, there is like a queen or a hive mind or something that thinks for them that makes critical decisions, and it is a brain bug. So this lady, this expert, does have it right.
Yeah, and maybe it's also one of those where the minute something happens, they all know how to react.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, pheromones do go pretty darn fast, but they're not that fast.
Yeah.
And she, continues to say, hey, as soon as a colony reaches a certain size, 300 generations or so, it gets smarter. And Mr., mansplainer over here, Timothy McNeil, I don't believe that. Have you, a bug that has intelligence, have you seen one? I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Yep. And isn't that where it just about ends?
We're about right where it ends, where Miss Expert, Miss Juliana, kind of stamps her foot next to him.
Yeah.
They're just talking over each other, and pretty much that's where that minute ends.
So it just ends at the stomp of her foot. What a good way to end it.
She's like, wait a minute!
Yeah. Just like the blackout.
What is she going to say?
I don't know.
Who knows? Well, we'll find out next week, guys.
Yeah. Not a lot happened in this minute again.
No, but we get a bit more world building. I mean, we're learning that, I don't know. Like, we'll definitely go over the whole entire thing of, the people and how many soldiers were actually lost later on in the movie or later on in the episodes. But I definitely want to go over that because I do at one point think that the military did lose a good chunk of people, and if they did something like this again, they wouldn't have anything to stand on.
Yeah, absolutely. At this one, it seems like you would lose a ton of faith already in the public with a loss is significant.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know why. I mean, I get it why Sky Marshal Deans did step down. I mean, he basically said, hey, there's a planet over there, let's go take it, instead of doing, proper intelligence or proper, planning. I mean, it was just like, oh, we got attacked, let's respond, kind of thing. Like, I get it, but I would be like, hey, we're planning on going in, we're going to do these things, and it's not going to be right away, but maybe in like a few weeks, as soon as we get information, we're going to go down and attack.
Yeah, and I guess setting up for this sort of thing would have been a seriously expensive operation, considering it was done last minute.
Well, see, that's the thing too. I'm wondering, why is this done last minute? I mean, so how long would it take Carmen's ship to get out to the station Ticonderoga? Yeah. We don't know. But Ticonderoga is already out there. Ticonderoga already has a fleet almost out there. Not really a big fleet, but a general fleet. How long would that take to get out there? Was the MI already planning this?
Yeah, but there's also that space station and everything, so there is a chance that they were planning it, but probably not to start the operation.
See, that's what I'm thinking too. They may have so it's the arachnid quarantine zone where, basic, normal people can't get to, but the military can.
Actually, I think not, because no one was able to warn Buenos Aires of the oncoming meteor.
I'm telling you, man, it's a conspiracy. They knew. They let it happen.
Oh, God.
They wanted war. I mean, how else would... You can't have a FedNet going live from Ticonderoga, who's like probably halfway across the galaxy, going live FedNet, and then being like, "Oh, guys, wait, hold on. There's an asteroid coming, and it's gonna hit Earth. You guys better watch out." Oh, okay. I'm telling you, man, conspiracy. They knew.
No, because they didn't have the defenses up yet at that time. Or wait, no, they did.
I'm telling you, they did. They knew.
They
knew.
I can't buy into that.
I'll get you someday, man.
Yeah. Keep trying.
Okay. But where can they find you on?
You guys can find me on Twitch and Instagram at JDASHD26. You can also find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johann.
And you guys can find me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere online, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, or anything like that. But you can also follow the show at The Roughneck Min on Twitter, MIN. You can also go to our website, theroughneckminute.podbean.com, for any past episodes or show notes. Or you can also go to our Facebook group, The Roughneck Minute Billet, to continue the conversation and talk about my crazy conspiracy theories and trying to convince Johann that this was all an inside job. Because it totally was.
I don't think Buenos Aires was an inside job.
BA totally was an inside job.
No.
1776!
Nope.
Yes.
Don't tread on me, Matt.
Matthew Alex Jones Soto.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Don't stomp on Snake, please.
No step. This is exactly...
No step on Snake.
Go ahead and please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, any other podcatcher you guys can find. But I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I've been your other host, Johann.
We will see you on the bounce, troopers.
Oh, sorry, got a yawn there.
No problem.
We're just breezing through nap time, aren't we?
Yeah, just a bit.
That's a line from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Where Buster's yawning in a conference room.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just breezing through nap time.